Well, let's take a look at what is happening with the markets, and we start off with the JSE. It does look like September may be a month of volatility, and as we look at the local bourse, they're sinking into red territory, declining by more than 0.25%. That loss largely being led by the industrial 25, they're slumping more than 0.8%, followed by the resources 10 complex, they're giving up almost 2/3%. But backing that overall trend is the financial 15, even though we have had a weakness in the rand that has ticked up by almost 0.5%. Let's take a look at what is happening with the markets stateside, and seeming that they are coming back into green territory. Of course, quite a lot of fears that we saw yesterday on the health of the U.S. economy, but also on the direction of monetary policy that will be determined by the Fed. But seeming that those markets are taking a slight rebound, mostly coming from the Dow there, advancing more than 0.25%, followed by the S&P 500 with a gain of 0.07%. The tech-heavy NASDAQ that houses NVIDIA, of course, that experienced the most pressure yesterday. Of course, as NVIDIA has become the bellwether for the U.S. markets, the NASDAQ up slightly 0.04%. Let's take a look at what is happening with markets across the Atlantic, and we are seeing a pressure all across the board there. FTSE 100 declining more than 0.25%, the CAC 40 slumping more than 0.8%, and the DAX they're giving up almost 0.7%. Let's take a look at the currency scene, and we start off with how the rand is doing against some of the major currencies. We had seen a little bit of weakness actually coming through to the rand at some point in the morning. It was standing at around 17 rand 92 against the US dollar. Now just under that at 17 rand 86, strengthening by 0.6% against the US dollar. Against the pound standing at 23 rand 49, and against the euro, the rand at 19 rand 79. Let's take a look at what is happening with the currencies. Other currency pairs, euro dollar at 1.10, pound dollar at 1.31, and the yen just above 144 against the US dollar. That'll look at your markets. We take a deeper dive into the factors that influenced those moves right after the break.